You did everything right. The job, the money, the stability, you crossed every finish line you set for yourself. And somehow you're sitting here thinking, is this it? Nobody warned you about this part, right? They told you to work hard, stay disciplined, put the reps in. You did it, you won. Nobody told you what happens after you win, because what happens is nothing. The feeling you thought you'd have never showed up. And here's what most people won't accept. You're not depressed, you're not broken, and you're not ungrateful. You're just experiencing something with a name, the arrival fallacy. And it's not a sign that something's wrong with you. It's a sign that you were chasing the wrong thing the whole time. Now, motivation got you here, but motivation can't get you out. In this video, I'm going to show you why success feels empty and what actually fixes it. It's not a hack, not a mindset shift, it's a system. But first, let's talk about arrival fallacy and what it is. So psychologists coined this phrase, arrival fallacy, for when you achieve your outcome, but your expectation of how you feel doesn't match with how it is, right? And that's because of what you've gone through to get there. So it may be some large goal you've been chasing, usually a monumental life type of goal, a career goal or whatever. You've been chasing it for a long time. And it was such a great goal that it actually gave you motivation on and off throughout the whole thing to keep going after it, right? It was so tasty a goal, you just kept going after it. And that releases a lot of dopamine, right? Every time you're doing these little achievements, you're getting this dopamine rush, which feels good, which makes you want more and more and more. But when you actually get there, that's gone. That dopamine infusion it's over. And so you think you're going to feel a certain way, but when you actually get to the achievement, it's not that, because it's not fed by all that dopamine that you've been using to get along the way. Now, I had a client exactly like this, Phil. He was the CEO of quite a large company in New Zealand. And he'd started in the company as a young fella, worked his way all the way up to become the CEO. So you can imagine that many years, just push, achieve. And he had everything on paper: house overlooking the ocean, a boat, a new Jaguar every year, world travel with his family all the time. It was a great thing. But he hired me because he just felt empty all the time. And he was always questioning himself, is this all there is? Is this it now? This is done. And he tried over and over and over again to use the solution that all of us achievers try to use. And that is to fill that void with chasing something new. So trying to use motivation again to get going. But motivation is the wrong tool. And I'll show you why. When you decide to go attack some new goal, some new outcome, use motivation to get yourself started. That works, right? But after a couple days, a week, 2 weeks, the motivation starts to fade away, because what you're trying to achieve is work. Now, unless the goal is so tasty that it's going to reignite you all the time with some fire inside your soul to keep going after it, you'll quit. You'll start to just miss a few days, skip, ease off the gas, and then you go down. And that's what the failure cycle is, right? You get excited, so you start going up, then your effort tails off, and then you plummet back down and you quit. Now, every time you quit, you start to not trust yourself as much anymore, right? You start to mistrust your decisions. Why isn't this working? What's not going right for me? So it might be you're trying a diet or an exercise program or a side hustle or whatever it is. You get motivated, you're fired up, it goes along good for a while, tailors off, crashes, and you're back down. So motivation is not the tool or the system. It's the wrong solution to get you out of trouble because of the failure cycle. The system that you need is to build standards, because standards continue on even after whatever objective you're chasing ends. Standards keep going. Now, what is a standard? Well, a standard is something that you can achieve, do all the time without needing to be motivated to do it. And it's something that becomes your identity, right? So you might be the person that gets up at 5 a.m. every morning to get your day started. That's just your standard. And that becomes who you are. You never miss. 5 a.m., boom, you're up. You might be the person that the standard you develop is that you train 4 days a week, no matter what. Rain, shine, cold, it makes no difference. You're training 4 days a week. That becomes your identity. And that goes even after you achieve your fitness or weight loss goal. That identity will keep on going. You'll still be training 4 days a week, even though you've achieved that little goal. And that allows you to set another goal without using motivation. It allows you to use those standards to carry on to achieve more without needing motivation to be the driver. You can still use motivation to get fired up, but motivation is no longer the driver to get you there. You have these standards that are your identity that last through everything. And that means that that little feeling, that emptiness feeling that you get when you achieve fades away, because it's just one stop on your way to something even bigger and better. Even though you might not know what that is right now, your standards just keep you going along, which keeps you moving in the right direction. So outcomes come and go, but standards keep going the whole way through. And that's what getting focused on the process is all about. Understanding that those little things that you do in the process become your mainstay achievement and your identity for how you're going forward. And what happens is every time you meet one of these standards, you develop more trust in yourself. And by retrusting yourself, your decisions get better, your attitude gets, everything smooths out, right? All that motivation, failure cycle stuff made you not trust yourself because we were quitting all the time. Hey, if this hit, I've already developed a small aid to helping your solution. My 14-day reset kit. It was free. Download it. The link's in the description. And it's the first step you need to really get going. Andy from Stone Age Success. Until next time.